Ramzi Kahanian, Chapter 3, Anjan Astik, the Ignorant Believer. There lived a mighty lion in a forest. All other wild animals were scared of him and acknowledged him as their sovereign king. Once a long, sharp thorn pierced through the lion's paw during a hunting spree. It caused him a lot of pain, and he had to walk with a limp. His injured paw got swollen because of the infection in the raw season of the rains. Its condition worsened so much that the lion could not easily move or walk. A saint happened to pass through that part of the jungle. The lion, in his extreme moment of desperation, thought that the saint alone could heal his injured paw. With this faith, the badly injured lion, limping with his injured foot, reached the saint and lay down at the saint's feet while he was in a meditational trance. When the saint came out of his trance, he found the listless lion lying flat at his feet. At first the saint felt scared, but when the lion made a little movement, the saint looked at the lion's body closely. He immediately realized that the lion was suffering because of a seriously injured and infected paw. Thinking of his own divine mission of relieving others in pain, the saint pulled out the thorn gently and bandaged the lion's paw with a piece of cloth, after cleaning the blood and pus from the wound. The lion felt partly relieved instantly after the thorn had been eradicated and the dressing of the wound had recovered completely within the next 4 days after the saint's continued nursing of the wound. Now the lion was once again hale and hearty. The lion felt partly relieved instantly after the thorn had been taken out. The dressing of the wound had recovered completely within the next 4 days after the saint's continuous nursing of the wound. Now the lion was once again hale and hearty. He moved around in the jungle in his royal majesty of being a sovereign of the forest among all the other animals. But he never harmed the saint. While the saint was sitting in his cottage, the lion would come scampering and sit quietly by the saint's side. Sometimes the lion would put his majestic mane, overgrown with his hair, on the saint's feet, and he felt extremely overjoyed with the gentle touch of the saint's hand on his head. Gradually, such a close, intimate relationship developed between the lion and the saint, and the lion started keeping a round-the-clock vigil around the saint's cottage. The lion would always return to the saint's cottage even after his long-distant hunting sprees. No other wild animal would dare come near the saint's cottage. If by chance a reindeer or a black buck happened to pass by the saint's cottage, the lion would rip them apart in an instant. Gradually, the wild animals got even more scared of the saint's cottage than of the lion. They thought that the saint was more ferocious and dangerous than the lion, since even the most ferocious and mighty lion guarded the saint's cottage and did not allow any wild animals to go near it. The saint was a highly pious soul. He passed most of his time in meditation and remained in meditational trances for days together. Whenever the saint opened his eyes, he found the lion scampering around his cottage. The saint thought that there must be other animals in the jungle as well, but he had never spotted any other species nearby his cottage. But then it occurred to him that since he himself never ventured away from his cottage in the forest, he did not spot any other animal in the jungle. So some time passed in this manner. One day, as the hermit was lying down with his closed eyes, the lion, sitting majestically close to the hermit, was looking through the red-hot, sparkling eyes of love and reverence for his beloved patron saint. The lion noticed that a housefly came and sat on the saint's face